Hello, welcome to Tweet the Leader in You podcast, where we chat about realistic leadership theories. On today's podcast, we'll be talking about winning with confidence. And our guest is just that. She's an amazing leader, someone who is winning with confidence, and someone who is an author, a preacher, a motivational speaker. I mean, I can just talk so many things about this woman. But before we actually introduce this amazing lady, I would just like to introduce guest co-host Jonathan McFord. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing just great. I'm feeling refreshed, revitalized, and ready to share some leadership theories.
Awesome, awesome. And that's what we're all about, man, Jonathan. We're about energizing, empowering, and just making sure that we have leaders onto the podcast who are doing amazing things. So, like I mentioned, we have an author, preacher, motivational speaker. What else can I say about this lady? She's amazing, and I've been watching and following her for many of years. And she's all the way in Nassau, Bahamas. Yes, I just say we're going back to the beautiful island of the Bahamas again, Dr. Judy Smith. Welcome, Dr. Judy. How are you?
Welcome. I am great. I am great. Welcome to both of you. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it's a pleasure
It's an honor.
to just introduce you and to have you onto the podcast because you have a lot of wealth of knowledge when it comes down to leadership and a wealth of knowledge when it comes down to just empowering and changing women, people in general. And so let's just talk about who is Dr. Judy Smith and why are you empowered for leadership?
Yes. Well, I've been in leadership for about maybe a little bit over 30 years, I would say. I've been in full time ministry. I've also ministered to women in particular, to teenage girls. They are the areas that I really focus on mostly. But through my Winning with Dr. Judy program, I focus on all genders. And
Mhm.
so I'm excited to be with you. I have two PhDs, one in counseling, the other one in business and leadership. I'm a coach, etiquette coach. I'm a business coach. I'm a leadership coach. And so one of the things that I focus on is successful living, helping people to win successfully, helping people to do well in business, coaching in those areas that will help you to win. And so my program overall is winning in life. Okay. And so persons who follow me know that I have winning in life for women. Specifically, I have winning with Dr. Judy. That's for anybody and everybody. And of course, I have my teenage programs where I help to mentor teenage girls, and so I do a whole lot of things. So in a nutshell, that's who I am.
Wow, wow, that's amazing. And for you to be an inspiration and a world changer where you have highlight of different demographic and gender age and you're being neutral to empower both genders and to make sure that there is an inclusiveness of your skill being shared with both men and women. And so I just want to ask a quick question. What makes you so passionate about empowering women and people in general?
Okay, from being in ministry overall, I saw some years back that so many women were
Mhm,
being defeated in their area. So many women lacked confidence. So many women did not understand, and persons in
mhm,
general, not just women, did not understand their value. They didn't understand that they have the ability to do well, to succeed, to soar, to win, to really be successful in any area of their lives. And so I went on a mission I had already started. One of the things that I really started out in first that I didn't mention a little while ago was health and nutrition, wellness and nutrition. That's another area that I focus on a lot. And so when I really began to look around, I said, you know what, I really want to help people to be
mhm.
successful and to understand their worth and their value because I wasn't seeing as much of that in the
Mm-hmm.
arena that I was in at the time. And so I wanted to help people. And so I went on a mission. I had already reached the
Mm-hmm.
PhD level in counseling, but I went on a mission to do some certifications because I wanted to be even more prepared to help women. And so I went on a mission, I went on trainings, I did all sorts of stuff to make sure that I was equipped to help women and men, but in particular, women and girls. To really, really soar, to understand who they are, how valuable they are, the fact that they have worth, and the fact that they
Wow.
can do
Wow.
great things if they wanted to.
That's awesome. So I think it's really cool that you were mentioning that you're a person of faith and a preacher, and I was just curious, has your faith journey been how has it inspired or influenced your journey towards helping others realize their confidence and self-worth?
Actually, it has really, really been a big deal for
Yeah.
me. I've been in full-time ministry for the last 26 years. And so, as a person of faith, of course, I have also been on a mission to help our people. My husband is a senior pastor, and so I've helped him build ministry for the last 21, almost 22 years. I've helped him build a ministry, Southside Christian Church International. And so, of course, I've helped him in many areas. And again, I've really, really focused in on women's ministry and teenage girls, really wanting them to do well. But overall in ministry, I've helped to minister. I've helped to help people to understand the importance of really being close to God. And the fact also, one of the things that we really focus on is not just the preaching and teaching alone.
Yeah.
For people to just have that
Yeah.
spiritual high or whatever,
Right.
persons may call it, but we want people to be well rounded. And so that is what my focus has been on in ministry, letting people know that, okay, after you've prayed, after you've gone to church and you got that spiritual path, what are you going to do with what you have heard? What are you going to do with what you have learned? How are you going to be a better person in your community? How are you going to make life better for yourself financially? Wealth is something also that I deal with, and trying to help women, persons overall to
Yeah.
understand that, what God intends for us
Right.
to have wealth. It's in His Word. He intends for us to be great. He intends for us to soar. And one of the things that really bothered me is to
Yeah.
see Christians knowing all the promises in the Word of
Mm-hmm.
God that
Mm-hmm.
we have. I see Christians living defeated lives and lifestyles. And I was like, no, 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 that is not who we should be about. That's not who I'm about. And so I wanted to help persons to understand that as believers, we should not live defeated lives. Having wealth, being great, doing things, and being successful is not just for the world, it's also for the church.
Wow, wow,
Wow.
wow,
Yeah.
and that's an important view that leadership is not just for the people of the world, but it's also called for the church to go out and serve within those
Yes.
communities. Go out
Yes.
and be of servant leadership. And let's talk about
Yes.
servant leadership for a little bit. And a lot of people define serving leadership in so much context. Sometimes they serve without expecting. Sometimes people serve with expectations, and sometimes people serve with winning. And my question is, what is your definition of servant leadership?
Well, for me, servant leadership is a lot of
Yeah,
things. Okay, first of all, as a person in Christian
yeah,
ministry, helping my husband, even though I mean I'm the co-pastor in title, but really, really that ministry was his vision, and I just helped him build it. But servant leadership for me is, first of all, you serve in ministry, you helping to advance the kingdom of God, you helping to build others, in their understanding of what spiritual ministry is all about, what they should be doing spiritually. But servant leadership is more than that to me. It's reaching out into the world. It is helping other persons, along with witnessing, but it's also helping to build persons. And one of the things that I do is I reach out into the community. I have other programs as well. I have programs where I give. I have programs where I've been in the school systems here and I've helped. I have programs where for less fortunate students and persons I have helped. So in different ways, but also I have programs where I help to build mindset. I help to shift mentalities, because I realize that so often people think
That's
that it's
right.
just about in the four walls of the church, and I don't feel like that is what, being a servant leader is all about. You are supposed to be influencing persons in the
No.
world, not just in your local church alone. And so, one of the things, and people look at me as a pastor and as someone who is in spiritual leadership, and they sometimes they probably don't understand how it is that I do so many different things. But I do it
No.
because I don't feel that I should just be in the pulpit alone, preaching the word. And I do that actually for the last 6 years. Until last year, I've traveled a lot, preaching and teaching. I've had so many engagements, so many invitations to reach people, preach and teach and travel around and all of that. And of course, the pandemic slowed that
Yeah.
down a bit. But in the midst of all of that, I've been doing so many other things, reaching out, um, different from just being in the church, just reaching out and touching people through other programs that I have, because I believe that that is important as a servant leader.
Wow. That's really
Wow,
amazing.
that's great.
That's really
Yes.
amazing. Yeah.
It's awesome to hear that these
Nice.
programs have helped a lot of people. Is
Yes.
there a particular memory or story you'd like to share that kind of helped highlight the importance of confidence with us?
Well, through my women's program, I can share many, many, many,
Yeah.
but I have many women who contact me. I mean, to just point out one, I don't know if I can, but I can do that. In particular, there is this one person, just in recent times, but oh, there are so many women who contact me, so many persons who can contact me. But there's this one person who really lacked confidence. They felt that they couldn't do some of the things that I was saying to them that they can do. And one of the areas was in
Hmm.
our business. Because one of the things that I've really been trying to help our people in is to start an online business, have more than one stream of income. Don't just depend on your job. And so this person had gotten released from the job. As you all
Yeah.
know, so many people have lost their jobs. And so they were wondering, what am I going to do? And I was telling them that, you know what, you don't have to toe the lines like a lot of people. And, toe the lines forever asking for food with your hands out begging for
Yeah.
food. How long are you going to do that? Even though you may have to do it for a period of time. And so, I took the time to help them, to show them that, you can really change your mindset. And they felt that they couldn't do it. They felt that they didn't have what it took to do it. But what I really realized was that they lacked confidence and they had low self esteem. And so many persons believe that, it's okay to just stay on a job and that is okay. But when it comes to reaching out and launching out and doing some other things that can benefit
Wow.
you and your family, sometimes they don't see the vision. Sometimes they don't feel that they have the ability and the capabilities to do it. And so I had to help that lady to understand that no, you can do it. And so what I have done, especially with persons who do not have monies, even though I have coaching sessions that I charge
Right.
for, there are those persons that you have to make sacrifices for. and help them because they don't have the monies to pay you. And so that was one of those
Mhm.
persons that I really helped to navigate through it all and to show them that, you know what, you can start a business and here's what you need to do. First, let's change your mindset. Let's deal with your mindset. And so I realized that mindset is very important. And I watch them, listen. I watch them work with me and focus. And now I see them doing great things, starting their business. I see them promoting their business as I have shown them to. And right now they're doing pretty good.
Wow, wow, that's
That's
so
awesome.
amazing and so incredible for that story. And keywords that I'm hearing that are coming out of your mouth, Dr. Judy, is sacrifice, reaching out,
Yes,
helping. Is those
yes,
keywords are so important when it comes down to winning with confidence, basically. And you're
yes,
sharing those words, and those are the key words that the audience, hey, audience, you're going to be listening to this. You have to sacrifice some things. You have to also reach out because you don't reach out, people don't know how they're feeling and that you're able to help them and helping. You have to
yes,
be a willing person, be passionate about helping people to win with confidence. And Dr. Judy, everything that you shared in the mass of a few minutes is about confidence and winning with confidence and all the work that you're doing within the community. And I'm so happy. And the reason why I follow you and the reason why I see you as someone who is of high leadership is that you, like you mentioned, you don't always go onto the stage, just stay to the pulpit. You go within the community, and that's what the Bible says. Go out into the world and share, and to actually
yes,
be a part of what God has required you and assigned you to do. And so that's what leadership is called to do. And we want to
yes.
talk about a bit about your books. You've written about 19 books, and one in particular we want you to share about was the power of dreaming purpose. That's the one correctly.
Power up to
Powering
manifest
up your
your
dreams.
dreams.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
So talk a bit about what that book is entailed and what is it about, and also talk about how can we locate your books as well.
Oh, okay. I do have a website, Win with Dr. Judy. That's my website.
Mhm.
So persons can go to that website and they can find all of my books and some of my materials that I have. But I really, through this book, again, I wanted to help persons to really understand that whatever dreams they have, that they can manifest them. They can manifest them if they change their mindset,
Mhm.
if they really, really have that high self esteem, because a lot of people lack confidence because they don't have the self esteem. They don't feel that they can do it. They don't feel that they will be successful. And so they fail from just not trying. Okay, so in this particular book, I wanted to show
Mhm.
people that with the right mindset, with that confidence, high level of self esteem, you can manifest your dreams. You don't have to stay stuck. Okay, and so that's what I wanted to show people in this book through these pages, that there's no need to stay stuck. You can fly, you can be like the eagle. You can flap your wings and fly even in storms,
Right.
and we all go through storms of different natures, different types. And even in storms, the eagles, they don't just allow the storms to kill them, to keep them back, to destroy them or whatever.
Right.
They allow the storms to help them to soar. And so I always try to tell people that no matter where you are right now, you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay stuck. And I always start off with mindset because I believe that that is important. A lot of people do not excel and succeed and soar and flap their wings and fly because they don't have the right mentality. They don't have the right mindset. And so that is where I like
Right.
to start when I'm starting off with somebody who really needs to be challenged, somebody who really needs to be pushed. You know, because I realize that it's a lot of it is about lack of the proper mindset. And so, one of the things that I talked about in this, well, some of the things I talked about in this dream is first having the right
Yeah.
mindset, knowing who you are, because some people really don't know who they are. They don't know what their gifts are. They don't know what their purpose is. They don't know what it is they
Right.
should be doing. And that is why a
Right.
lot of people try to just emulate
Mhm.
other persons
Who
and
are
they
you?
never tap in to who they are. And I always ask people, who are you? Look in the mirror. Take a good look at yourself. Who are you? Why do you exist? What are you here for? What is your purpose? What are you going to do with your talents, with your gifts, with your abilities? What are you going to do with them? Do you even know what they are? And
Mhm.
so these are the things that I talk about in this book. And then I talk about the importance of planning. You know, you have to plan, you have to put some plans in place, you have to put your ideas, your strategies in place, and you have to implement them, and then you have to work them. And when you begin to work them, listen, you have to be consistent and committed to working on your plans and to manifesting your dreams. So, they are just some of the things. You have to have a vision. And those of you
Write it
who
down.
are, are believers know the word of God says that you have to have a vision and you have to make it plain. You have to write it down. So many times just have it in our minds. We have it in our minds. And so often we forget about things because that's the only place we have it. But you have to put it on paper. You have to type it up or somewhere on your computer, your laptop, and you have to have it there to remind you of what it is you are supposed to be doing. So have a vision, cast your vision, have a plan. These are some of the things. Do not let your dream die. We cannot allow our dreams to die. What are we here for? Why do we exist?
Nope.
Okay, so I can go
No.
on, but I don't want to take
Wow.
up all of your time
Wow.
just talking about that.
Oh
Dr.
no,
Judy,
I think
we could
Dr.
listen to
we
you.
need
Judy
a
is
2 hour
winning
show,
with
right?
purpose.
Yeah. Yes.
Listen, we need a 2 hour show.
Yes,
We need to just come. You definitely you're gonna be coming back on to this podcast because I feel that there's an exceptional way of empowerment that you have for our segments and all that good stuff. So I will definitely be reaching out to you in the coming weeks just to empower us more because I feel that the knowledge that you're sharing and I'm looking at your website and I feel that you have exceptional you polished and refined super success strategy journal. And these are so much things that you are empowering the world only because you have the
yes.
mindset to
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
win with your confidence. And because of your mindset, it's helping you to grow and evolve. And I just want to thank you so
Yes,
much for your time. And thank you for just sharing a bit with us about just winning with confidence
yes,
and discovering who you are and whose you are
yes.
and who you were called to do and all that good stuff. Jonathan, man, what's
Yeah.
going on? Just a quick check in. How are
Oh,
you?
I'm just. It's been an absolute honor having a chance to have a conversation today with you, Dr. Smith.
Thank you.
It's we could listen to you for, like you said, 2 hour show. I could we could we could listen to you for another few more hours, but I know at that point we'd be running over through the other episodes. And
Yes,
but thank you so much for coming on, sharing your life's work, your passions, your books. Like I say, 19 books. Like
yes,
that's
yes,
no
yes.
small feat.
Yeah,
Thank you for sharing. And
yeah,
Thank you.
for those of you
yeah.
interested, she's got a website. Her book, Powered Up to Manifest Your Dreams. Awesome read.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes, thank you all so much for having me. I appreciate this, yes, but half an hour really won't do it. But I just want to leave your viewers with this. Fire up your ideas, fire up your dreams, and make them fly. Do not stay stuck. Do not stay on the ground. This is the time to really stretch your wings out and flap them, flap them, flap them and fly to higher heights and do extremely well. And you do need confidence to do that.
And that's a wrap. Thank you so much, Dr. Judy. And
Welcome.
thank you, listening audience, and we'll see you at the next episode.